I just realized that Allie's character's name is Mog.
Yeah.
Like she's mogging somebody.
Oh, yes. That I never put together, but yes, I did notice it was Mog.
What is this character doing here? Mog. Oh, okay. Because they're mogging. Welcome back, everyone, to Salvy and Quinn. Quinn is at
Mr. At.
Mr. At.
Ali's been mogging us for a while then, huh?
Yeah, actually, she's
everybody.
Been permanently mogging.
Perma-mog.
Allie would do that, though. Come on.
Yeah, that's facts. Oh, I used to have there was a series of like child's books named Mog the Cat or whatever,
Oh, I've been mogging the cat.
Yeah. Nobody is safe.
Nothing
bro.
on
The
me.
cat mogged. Grandpa mogged.
No, not Gramps. He was so young.
He was only 30.
Yeah. My family is a very, very tough problem with early pregnancy, but we won't go into it.
Yeah, no.
My grandpa's 30. Yeah, I had no idea Allie was mogging us the whole time. I almost told this story in A Breath of the Wild, and then I was like, you know what?
Let me
save it. Because I was like, it's not really a story I wanted to start an episode with.
Right.
Because not everyone might, enjoy these types of stories. But now we're like a minute in, so
everybody's already
gone.
gone.
All the lurkers are gone, and yeah, now it's just the real ones. No, I got higher than I've ever gotten in my entire life on Tuesday this week. So I've got this coworker, his name's Tom, he's super old. Imagine a dwarf and an elf had a baby, okay? Like some Lord of the Rings shit, okay?
Bro.
So, because he's got like the pointy ears like an elf, but he's got like the huge bald spot and like nose, and he just looks like a dwarf, but with pointy ears. Great guy. And
super handsome too.
super cute. He's like 70 and he's still doing landscaping. Like,
wow, that's a great.
I mean, not because he just loves the game or whatever. Like,
he's broke as shit.
Yeah, he's broke as shit. But no, great guy. And then he loves to cook. And he also likes to smoke. So he made weed cookies. And he would bring them to work and give them out to a few people. Obviously not to have at work, but me and like the other young guy Axel would be like, "Yo, let's go!"
Yeah.
And I had a few of his cookies over this summer, and he'd always give me like 3 or 4, and I'd have like 2, and it'd be a nice high. Sometimes I'd even have all 4 like over the course of like an hour or whatever, and it'd be a pretty good high. And unfortunately, he doesn't work with us anymore. He just like moved on to a different company and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he's 70. He's not going to stick around if he doesn't like the job.
Of course, yeah.
And he, so I haven't seen him in like 2 months. And then Mike comes on site and he's like, "Hey Sal, I've got something for you from Tom." And I'm like, "What? Really?" And he gives me a Tim Hortons donut box. He's like, "You know what it is?" And I'm like, "Donuts?" Like,
yeah, fair guess. Like,
and then I open it up and it's in a Ziploc bag, 2 weed cookies, and I'm like, "Hey, Mike, let's go!" And then we've been making fun of Mike since as being a drug dealer. We're like, "Hey, Mike's dealing drugs on site. Like he's the distributor, which is not true. He's literally just the guy who, Tom.
Yeah, he's giving you stuff for free. Like that's actually so nice and funny of him that he thought of you.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, "Oh my god, tell him thank you for me, like blah blah blah." If you talk to him. And so anyway, that was on a Thursday, and I leave them in my bag on Friday, and I totally forget about them. And then on Monday, I see them again. I'm like, "Oh fuck! All right, like I gotta remember to take these out of my bag."
Yeah.
I mean, they'll keep forever. Like it's or not forever. They'll keep for like a good couple of weeks. Like it's it's just cookies. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's why they were so strong. But
it's been in there baking in the backpack.
They're just sitting there in my backpack. But I end up on Tuesday. I finally get them out of my bag. And who's Skelly's usually? Is he
Mr. At? Yeah.
He's at? Okay. So you only played it as him. All right. I'll go Wolo. I like Wolo. So I get home from work. I'm like, okay, I'm finally gonna take these out of my bag, and I'm gonna eat them. And I'm gonna go on a run first. I'm thinking, okay, so usually it takes like 35-40 minutes for these to kick in, so I'll just have both, and I'll get home from the run, maybe like I'm in the shower and they'll hit. So I eat them both, but human brains are kind of funny, where like, you know, I'm just thinking of the numbers. I'm like, okay, I have 2 cookies. Normally I have 2, and that's good. These cookies are like over twice the size of the last ones, and I don't think about that a single time. It doesn't even cross my
just
mind.
2 cookies.
Yeah, it's just 2 cookies, right? And I eat one, and it takes me like, you know, 3 or 4 minutes to eat it because it's like a big cookie. And I finally get it down, and then I eat the other one. So there's gonna be like a little delay of when they hit. And I go on the run, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they'll probably hit like right when I'm on the end of the run.
Yeah.
And I'm cramping up on the run because obviously I just ate 2 huge cookies. And I get to like the halfway point. Oh, you're cooking over there. I get to like the halfway point of the run.
Yeah.
I'm running along the water. It's absolutely beautiful. And I start to feel it kick in. And I check my phone. I'm like, dude, it's been 20 minutes. Like, it has not been long enough for this to really kick in, but fuck. And I'm like, well, I'm out here and I'm high and I'm on this run and like, whatever. I might as well chill. Like, there's no reason to rush home anymore. Like, I might as well enjoy the scenery and like, feel the ground beneath my feet as I'm running. So I was just listening to some chill hop, and then I put on ha ha ha, the Black Eyed Peas song, and I'm like, hey, maybe when I'm high and I'm running, I get superpowers. I don't know. So I just start sprinting, listening to that song, and I sprinting with your eyes closed feels amazing.
With your eyes closed, bro?
Because like you can't see anything, and it's only for like a few seconds. Because your brain won't let you run for more than a few seconds without opening your eyes, right? Unless you're a freak like that. Oh my goodness! I just dropped Fat Man on you, dude. You're about to be feeling it like Hiroshima in a second. And so I'm running with my eyes closed. I open them every now and then, but it feels amazing. And then I got gassed right away. It did not work. I did not have superpowers running while high, unfortunately. And then I take a different route home, and I'm still feeling just like normal level of high.
Yeah.
I get home, I have a shower, and then I start making dinner. And dinner, you know, I wasn't gonna lock in to make anything crazy, so I just kind of have like some crackers, some pierogies, like just make a bunch of little things, right? Yeah. Girl dinner, I think is what they call that. And I sit down and I'm watching some Game of Thrones, right? And I start to realize like my brain feels like I'm thinking all these thoughts, just normal thoughts, you know, like normal speed as I'm talking to you right now. Like that's what's going through my head. But my body is not on the same page. It's on a different chapter. It's in a different book. Because I can barely even move. I'm like just kind of like slowly moving on the couch. Like I can't really do anything. And I remember so vividly just thinking, totally like as if I'm sober. I'm just like, damn, I'm fucking fried right now. Like I can't even move. This is crazy. I've never been this high before. Like having completely normal thoughts, and yet I'm like, oh my, I wish I could see. If I could like see a picture of myself, I bet I just looked like the classic stoner.
Oh yeah.
And this is the only time I've ever been what I imagine is like bong high. Like you take a huge hit of a bong and then you're just done. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're not joint high, like bong high. And I'm like this for maybe 30 minutes watching Game of Thrones. It's freaking me out because all the sex scenes, or like when the sex scene comes on, I'm like, nope, can't do that right now. Like I just don't, I don't want to do it. Like, let's not into it. I mute the sex scenes already, and like now I'm high, I'm like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. And I end up turning the episode off like 5 minutes before it ends. And I'm not enjoying myself at this point. Like, I'm still fine. Like, it's whatever. But I realize, like, I'm a very, I like to do stuff while I'm high.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I can't do stuff like this. Like, what do people do while high? Like, what do my parents think people do while high?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, you just sit there and, like, watch shit. That is what I have to do. Like, that's all I can do right now. And I hate it. I'm like, no, I don't like this. Like, I just want to, I want to be able to do stuff. I was planning on doing stuff later, and now I just can't. So I managed to get up, and I like get to my bed, and I lay down in bed, and I start thinking like, okay, can I do anything right now? Because I'm not leaving my house. I can't edit. I can't do any writing. I can't play video games. I just watch stuff. I just ate. I can't eat. That's a good activity when you're high.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because again, my brain feels very clear, and I'm like, you know what? There's nothing I can do right now other than just like watch stuff, which I don't want to do. because I was just watching stuff and like my vision was all weird. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because that is my solution when I'm too drunk or too high. You know it.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit it.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
When I get too drunk or too high, I'm just like, okay, reset. Let's go to sleep. Like that's it. That's my solution. So it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I go to sleep. I wake up at 6 o'clock to go to work.
Oh my god.
I slept 12 hours.
Damn.
And I wake up and it's like, well, there goes that evening. Like that was just it. I ate some edibles,
Yeah.
chilled for like an hour and a bit, and then fucking hit the hay. And now I gotta go to work again. And I was so groggy that morning. Like I don't get weed groggy in the morning anymore, but
Yeah.
I was groggy.
Oh, I'm sure.
in
Yeah.
that morning. And right away, Steve was like, "What's up? You seem off right now." And like I hadn't even said anything yet. I'm like, "Fuck." And I'm like, "Oh, I just overslept," which is true.
Yeah, that is true.
I slept double what I normally sleep. I usually get at least 6 hours, maybe 7.
Yeah.
I got 12 hours. And yeah, he's just like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." And then the next day, I'm working with the guys, and Axel gets a phone call, and he's like, "Hey, Tom."
Yeah.
And we're all like, "What?" Tom's on the phone. And he like kind of turns around and like talks to him for a little while.
Yeah.
And then he stops the call, turns around, and we're just about to ask him like, "What do you say?"
Yeah.
And then my phone rings, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Tom." "Hey, Tom." So then I talk to him, and Tom's like, "Hey, yeah, so what's up? I just wanted to get a feedback on those cookies I gave you." And I'm like, "Oh, Tom, let me tell you." And then he's like, "Yeah, I've been, I gave them out to a lot of people, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Well, they're strong." He's like, "Yeah, they were strong." And I'm like, "I had both." And he's like, "What? You had both?" And he explodes. And then he's just like, I gave one cookie to a huge coworker of mine, like 280, 290 pounds, and he said he saw God. And I was like, "Oh, well, I slept for 12 hours." And he said he laughed so hard. Because, like, I didn't see God. I was definitely tweaking, but it was
Yeah.
like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't ever, I wasn't really freaking out or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
If anything, I was just mad that I couldn't move and I had to go to bed. Like, I just wasted an evening, right? That was it. I wasn't, like, panicking. I wasn't, if I was out in public, I would have been freaking out, but I was totally fine. And anyway, so that killed me. Like his huge coworker, I don't know what his tolerance is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's less than mine, but he saw God off of one cookie, and I downed 2 and went on a run. Like, so that killed me. And then I was like, "Thank you so much." Like I was very appreciative that he thought of me and that he gave this to me and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, no problem. Like, take it easy." I wish him best of luck with everything, and that was it. So
Sweet.
yeah, it was a good time. But anyway, so that was the highest I've ever been, and I never plan on getting that high again because I'm like, okay, that is like
It's too
stoner.
high.
That's like bong high. That's like what people imagine you're getting high. I like to smoke a little joint and then go do shit and like get some stuff done, work on hobbies, whatever, play video games, And that was not for me. Just the sitting on the couch, can't even move. Like it didn't feel good. And,
Yeah.
And I'm glad I got
You're
that
still
experience.
here. You're still living
Still
here. And
Didn't see God, unfortunately. But
no, maybe next time.
But yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that story, and we'll catch you in the next one.
I'm okay. What's up? Goodbye.